Okay, let's try this again. Hi guys, welcome to the final installment of Floss-O-Ween. Thank you so much for joining along. If you have joined along, maybe you're catching this for the first time, I've put a link to the playlist so you could watch this whole series from the beginning if you would like and see what I was up to and what the whole Floss-O-Ween was all about. I'm filming the intro for this before I filmed anything that comes after this, so I don't really know what's in this video, but I suspect it's going to include a sort of a final tour of the Halloween tree and maybe my decorated mantle and anything else. Maybe if I haven't showed you some finishes up to this point, then I'm also going to include those. But I just wanted to get in here and quickly do an intro for it and to show something that I bought. Well, first of all, let me show you. So Lori over at Mischievous Stitches recently showed on her channel some crocheted pumpkins that she had made, and I completely forgot that I made some last year and I never showed them. So I dug, when I was digging my fall stuff out, I wanted to show you the little crocheted pumpkins that I made. So this little one, and I also used cinnamon sticks for the stems just like she did. I don't remember what pattern I used because I used several. I think I just watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos on crocheted pumpkins and then I kind of mixed and matched and took the best. But I do feel like I crocheted sort of like a strip. Instead of crocheting a round ball and stuffing it, I think these were crocheted as a strip and then you kind of bring them together. Now I don't know. I think that's it because I think that's why they have kind of the look that they've been knitted even though they haven't been knitted. I think. I made them a year ago. I truthfully don't remember how I made these. But that's one of them. This is one I made. I just bought some chunky yarn at Walmart. I don't remember what brand of yarn I used, but this is a little gray one. And then I made this white pumpkin and yellow pumpkin. So aren't those cute? Yeah, I wish I remembered how I did it. If I do remember, I'll put a link below, but just, you know, YouTube, crocheted pumpkins. You'll find a gazillion tutorials and they're pretty easy to do. So I thought I would show you that. And then another thing I wanted to show too is if you follow another playlist on my channel, you'll see that I also enjoy doing paint by numbers. So of course I had to buy this fall one. So it's a Dimensions Paintworks, and it is called, let's see the name of it here. What is the name of this one? Oh, Friends of Autumn. It's called Friends of Autumn, and I love it. I cannot wait to dabble into this. I shouldn't say dabble, because when I open these up, I dive headfirst into them, and it sort of becomes an obsession. So I kind of need to have a little more time on my hands before I delve into this. So I think that I'm going to maybe do this over Thanksgiving, and I haven't decided if I'm going to record a time lapse of this. I think that's all I have to say in this little intro. I would like to invite you to stay until the end because I put a little sort of a 6-minute movie, Dracula movie, or it's not really Dracula, it's a vampire movie. If you don't like stories about vampires and if you have small children, it might be actually a little bit scary for them. So just viewer discretion is advised there. I have 2 boys that they each turned 16 and 18 this last summer. And they made this movie 4 years ago, and a little backstory about that. My older son has always had an interest, as far back as I could remember. He was pretty young when he started having an interest in video editing and making movies, and he wanted green screens and lighting and editing software, and he's just really, it's been sort of a hobby of his. Sadly, he hasn't done it for a while. He hasn't been into that, but him and his cousins used to make a lot of movies, and they have a YouTube channel, and I was going to link just to their YouTube channel, but I thought that it would be easier if you're stitching just to stay tuned listening to this, and if you want to watch it at the end. He wrote the story, filmed it, edited it, did everything, and then my younger son was the actor in it, the other actor in it. So I hadn't watched it in a while, and I thought, oh, I need to revisit that old movie that they made, you know, to see if that's something that maybe I could show on my channel. And it was actually pretty cute. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it was very clever. So I just wanted to say that if you do follow it, if you do decide to watch it all the way till the very end, because it has a clever ending. It's pretty cute at the end. But before that, you will see everything, just sort of a recap of what I've been up to. And I think that's all for now. So, okay, I've decided that I'm going to, as far as plans for November, I've deemed it No Plan November. I'm just gonna wing it. I'm not gonna make any plans, just whatever I feel like doing. It might be painting, it might be stitching some old whips that I have, maybe starting something new. I don't know. No plan at all. Okay guys, thanks and happy stitching. Bye. I did want to say something about this quilt that I made many years ago. Let me pull it out. This little maple leaf quilt wall hanging that I did years ago when I used to quilt. And yes, it's a little, I sort of picked the wrong fabric for the sashing because the maple leaf blocks sort of get lost in it. So if I were to do this quilt over again, I would make, you know, this a little more subdued. But yeah, I miss quilting. I need to start that again. Okay, that's all. And one more thing, it would not be a proper Halloween vlog if I didn't show my most favorite finish of all, and that's this little guy. This was a pillow I made, and if you've watched my channel for a while, you've seen him because I've showed him a lot. He was on the cover of one of the Just Cross Stitching magazines from way back, and look at how cute. So I went ahead and finished him into a pillow, complete with rickrack, some pom-poms, and some candy corn fabric on the back. And this is just one of those, what do you call them? Envelope folds. Lots of tutorials on YouTube on how to do that too. So super easy, and I just love him. I can't tell you how excited I am every fall when I get to pull him out of storage. He's so cute. Okay, that's all. Okay, here we are on my final update for Floss-O-Ween. It's October 28th, so I want to go ahead and get this filmed so I can get it edited and get it uploaded, and you can see it before the end of the month. I didn't get everything done that I wanted to, but I'm pretty happy with my progress. So let's start with this one here. This is Glowing Pumpkin, and it was the, yes, okay, since the last update, so it was the one that I finished before I worked on pumpkins for sale, but it still needed to have the felt put on the back, so I went ahead and got that done, and this is how it turned out. Isn't that pretty? Look at the colors on that. And then this is the beaded hanger that I did. So yeah, I just ended up doing the shorter hangers for the, I think it works, they hang a little better on the Halloween tree to have the shorter hangers. It's got the little charm. So I got that one done. The next one I worked on was the sunflower pumpkin. Actually, maybe I did this one first. No, I did Glowing Pumpkin first, and then I did this one. I made so many mistakes in this, so let's see if you can spot the very glaring mistake when you look at this. Okay, I'll leave that right there, and then we can see what this looks like. Okay. Did you spot it yet? Well, in case you didn't, I'll point it out to you. This sunflower center is oblong as opposed to being round like it's supposed to be. So I had a counting error in there that I didn't find until I was almost all the way done stitching all the stitches. I was putting these last petals in down here, and they were butting up against the orange, and I thought, that's weird, there's supposed to be a space there between the yellow and the orange, and that's when I realized I had made a mistake. And instead of unstitching it all, I just went ahead and said, oh well, this sunflower is going to have sort of an oval shape to it as opposed to the round. And then, so that wasn't all. I ended up doing the wrong beading. So I ended up doing the wrong color beading in the stem. I used the dark green because for some reason I thought that the dark green beads, I mean, they're very dark, so I thought, okay, well, maybe they're supposed to be in there. I mean, there was a red flag that went up, and I just sort of ignored it, and I stitched all the brown, and then I went and continued to do that color down here. So, but before I realized I was wrong, I had another error with the beading, so I ended up taking out the brown or the green beads. So I had stitched all the green beads all around here where the brown ones are, and then I realized that I had done that wrong, so I unstitched and restitched the wrong beads before I realized that that whole symbol was wrong, and I had to unstitch it all. So I don't know, I just was not on my game stitching this. So the only thing that even made it halfway enjoyable, or I shouldn't say enjoyable, it still wasn't enjoyable to unstitch and restitch the beads, but the one thing that made it tolerable is that I was fixing that mistake while I was watching Snug Harbor Crafts do their live video. So it was a nice distraction while I had to do that irritating stitching. But in the end, it's done. Oh yes, I meant to show you that this one, I did the black felt on the back. And this one, I just did that color, and here's the hanger on it. And in the end, it turned out cute. But what a pain. All right, and then the final pumpkin that I got done is the autumn pumpkin, and that one I just finished up this morning. Actually just finished trimming the felt on the back this morning. So here's the hanger, purple and very cute, and then I just did this color felt on the back. So the only two of the set of pumpkins that I didn't get done are the Persian pumpkin, which is the same color as this, just a different design, and then then the hippie pumpkin. Those are the only two that I didn't get done as far as the sets of pumpkins go. Now, oh, you know what? I actually did start the turkey, and I left that upstairs because I just got to start on that. So I'll pause you in a minute and go ahead and grab that and show you. But those are the 3 completed pumpkins that I'm going to hang on my tree, and then I'll take you on a little tour of the tree. And then this is the buttons and beads that I worked on. I didn't do anything more with the sunflower or the, what was the other one that I started? Moonlit Treaters. Didn't really do anything. So this one here is the Haunted Lantern. And I think I barely had a start on it the last time I showed you. So after I put pumpkins for sale away, I focused this week mostly on this. And this is how much I got done on it. So I've stitched all of the stitching in the lantern. So all the holes that you see left behind are for beads, and I still need to do the back stitching on that, which is going to definitely add a little something to it. Those will look more like bats and like that pumpkin up in the sky up there, up in the upper left, the pumpkin moon, I guess it is, and the star. So that'll make a little bit more sense once the beads and the back stitching are done. And I've started working on the pumpkin. So that one, it was going pretty fast until I realized that it has a lot of background stitching there in, sort of that sky background, and that's going to take a little bit of time. So I definitely won't get this done this year. I'll probably put it away soon, and I don't know what I'm doing in November because I'm having a no plan November, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be working on this anymore. I've probably reached a saturation point at the moment for Mill Hills. So I may just the last couple of days of October finish working a little bit on that pumpkin, but I don't know. That's either way, it's not going to get done this year, but it'll be the first thing I pull out next year to try to get it finished. So I'll put you on pause and show you what I started on the turkey, and then I'll take you on a tour of the mantle and the Halloween tree. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the one that I started, Gobble Gobble, and I definitely want to get this done before Thanksgiving, so I'm going to continue working on this because he's adorable and he needs to be hung on the Halloween tree, which the Halloween tree will turn into sort of a fall tree after Halloween, but I got just a little start on him right there. It's just working a little bit on the words. Put that there. Gobble, gobble. So not too much, but it looks like a quick stitch. There's not a whole lot going on there. And I completely forgot that I actually started this one too. And I forgot about it because I barely did anything. Just this few little stitches right there. That little bit of the yellow pumpkin right there. And that one's called Harvest Wagon. Definitely want to get that one done because after, like I said, after I take off the Halloween ornaments off the tree, there's not going to be very many left that are just fall related. So I would like to continue getting these done. Okay, I'm going to now take you on a tour of the mantle and the Halloween tree. I may do talking during that, but I may just add it to some music. So just in case I do add it to music, I want to thank you all for watching and joining, and for all those that have newly subscribed, welcome. And for my returning subscribers, I appreciate you coming back, and I appreciate all the likes and comments. And I hope you all have a safe Halloween and a safe Thanksgiving if I don't see you before then. One thing that I'm going to do next year is get some type of bunting here to hang right in the middle to kind of fill that space. I don't know if it's going to be either quilted or cross-stitched. I know there's lots of different cross-stitching patterns that would work well as a bunting, but I'm definitely going to do that for next year. Now, this little kind of Halloween garland I have here, I'll swap out after Halloween, and I have a garland that's fall leaves, and so I'll make this look a little bit less Halloweenish and a little more fallish. The only thing that I think is kind of a problem with this is that you have to turn it on underneath, and so every time I turn it on and off, I have to lift it up, and it kind of, you know, makes everything dangle and face the wrong way. So I think if I were to change anything about this, I'd like it to have a switch on top to be able to turn it off and on. But other than that, I love it. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.
expecting you.